coming at you with another edition of the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Buddy, let's get dangerous.
All right. I'm going to try to fill the big man's shoes today.
You'll be fine. I mean, we got, 30-something years of, probably 40 years of friendship. That's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, I mean.
Kindergarten-ish age.
46 then?
Yeah, 5, 6, so.
I just turned 47, so yeah, 40 years.
Yeah, we have 40 years of history to build on, so it shouldn't be that bad. So what's going on in your world? You got a beard? You're rocking cool. Looks good on you.
Until I go back to work. But
yeah.
Had the little surgery, like relaxing. Got a gray in here. Matches my shirt today.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you retire, you'll have a beard?
I don't know.
Or do you think it'll be seasonal?
It'll probably be seasonal because there's stages of this where I don't like it.
Yeah. It gets like itchy and then it gets hot and then like under here is what bothers me anytime I try to grow one.
I'll be out in the garage, it gets sawdust all stuck up in there.
Yeah. That's a funny like thing. Like when people have beards for years, you just wonder like how do you get through it? Like I can't get through the beginning stages.
How do you? If I take a bite of a burger and it squishes out the side, I feel it.
Yeah.
If I got a beard.
Yeah.
You're walking around.
It's just over there. Like it'd be like Peter Griffin when he had the birds living in it.
And they were endangered.
Yeah. It's wild. So what's been going on, man? Anything new in your woods? I mean, you got your daughters. I mean,
yeah,
they're all doing wonderful things.
All doing great. I mean, one's graduating. One works.
That's huge.
That's real huge.
Does she have any plans after high school? Any college or trade school or?
She wants to start working and doing college at night.
Yep.
See how she goes, but she did graduate from BOCES with the welding degree. So.
Oh, nice.
I finally got my welder together, so she can teach me how to do it.
That's cool. That's cool.
My daughter teach me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my last one. That's it.
You know what you tell her? Go get the single stage to lightweight pipe benders, and make wine racks.
You know what she likes doing now out of horseshoes is like you're playing cornhole.
Yeah,
it's like a standalone beer holder.
Oh, nice.
You put your beer in it.
Perfect.
And play cornhole.
Like, and you think about it, you go to like farmers markets, you pay $25 for your table,
right?
And you probably sell 30 of them in a weekend. You know what I mean? So you make your money.
Sell them with the boards.
Yeah,
make them double so two people can put their drinks in.
Right. Yeah,
she's been doing that. It's pretty funny. Actually.
And then if you get on something like Etsy or something, people start buying them because they want them. Oh, look at this! We got beer holders at the cornhole tour.
Yeah, my oldest daughter Morgan, she had a Cricut for a while, and she was selling stuff on Etsy.
Yeah,
and people buy.
People buy that stuff up just because they don't have it or they don't want to spend the time to do it.
Right.
And somebody else can. I can buy it, so why not? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially if something. I had a shirt one time. My daughter didn't make it, but it just said butt stuff on it. I couldn't find that anywhere. Got somebody to make it.
And somebody made it.
Somebody made it for me.
Yeah. Well, no, the one that's graduating, Christ, you had a security shirt that said Kung Fu Poo years ago.
Oh, yeah. From her. You made that for her.
I did.
Actually. Yeah, for her birthday party,
Yeah, and it had big security, and you stood there and had the panda and the Kung Fu Poo on it.
Yeah, and I wore that even after the party. I wore it just every day.
Just to wear it.
Just out, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good, man. I mean, it's funny how fast things go, right? So, like, your older daughter is the same age as my older daughter. She just bought a house. You know what I mean? Like, we were just talking before we came on air. It's different with dads and daughters. Like, you enjoy them when they're little, growing up. But now, like you said, you can really enjoy, like, hanging out with them now that they're older, and they can express themselves different, and it's not, you're not sheltering them because they're your baby girl.
You're not protecting them, right?
Yeah.
Right. And they do. The conversations I have with them sometimes are like, I shouldn't be having this with my kid. But
yeah.
And they're like, Morgan's her favorite phrase is always, balls, whenever something happens. Yeah. Now she's not afraid to say it in front of me.
Right. But that's a big thing to say as a parent. Like, if you have that open door, you never have to worry about them not coming to you with something.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know what I mean? That I never wanted my kids to feel like they couldn't approach me with, anything.
And they do. They do it. All kinds of stuff.
Right. And that's awesome for you. You know what I mean? That they do that. I'm moving over here because our logo is here and it's right in the middle of my head. So for the online, if you watch it online, it's just Outlaw Blitz, like cutting off half my head here. So Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And then your middle daughter, she's the speed demon. She likes all the fast cars.
Yeah, yeah. They go to these car meets where the guys do that drifting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I admit it's kind of cool. It's not really my thing, but it's cool to see them. You know, they
yeah.
go two at a time and they get as close to each other as they can. And she'll come back with videos and videos and just show them, Dad, look at this, Dad, look at
It's
this.
like, yeah, we should just call them donuts.
Yeah.
But now they're front wheel drive cars.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And she wants a 300Z so bad. She keeps talking about it, talking about it. I'm like, she hustles. She makes good money, just
right.
doing whatever she can. She's gonna do it. I know.
So you just keep, you trade this car to get that one a little better and sell it for that, and then build your way up to a 300Z.
And it's funny because the two younger ones have both talked to me about that. I really want to get a project car. Now, to me, a project car is a 79 Camaro.
Yeah.
To them, they're talking like a 300Z.
Yeah. Or a fucking Toyota Supra, an 09 Supra.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like,
yeah, that's pretty wild stuff there. Yeah, like how do you explain that?
Yeah, and it starts with their boyfriends. Their boyfriends get into it. Now they're into it.
Yeah.
Although Jesse's boyfriend's not a real big car guy.
No. But Courtney's is.
Oh yeah, Courtney's.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Morgan's her boyfriend's a mechanic.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Right.
He sells that El Camino, right? Now that's a cool car.
Especially when he bought that. I think he said he was 19 when he bought it.
Yeah.
So in this day and age, for a kid to want a classic muscle car,
right? Well, that's why I got the deal with the '79 Camaro, because that's what they're like. No way, your 15-year-old kid wants this. This is a dream car. I'm like, yeah. There was offers higher than mine, but because it was a 15-year-old kid's dream car, who was getting it, that's why they went with my, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's why they went with our deal, and then they drove it up so that they could see him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And dude, they did it wonderful. They had it inspected the day of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
they inspected it, drove it to me, delivered it.
Oh.
No extra charge, nothing. They just wanted to see that. It's amazing that a 15-year-old kid thinks this is awesome.
Well, it really is, because all they want is
these newer, the nothing with American muscle for sure.
No, nothing like that. But they do.
Yeah.
Boston did. Danny did. Like it's good
to
see.
And maybe do you ever wonder if it's like specific to this area?
I wonder that about a lot of things sometimes.
Yeah, like is this specific to where we're from and what we do?
Right, out in California, I bet you it's completely different.
Well, I bet you it's a lot of Volkswagen vans.
Volkswagen vans and hippies.
Right?
Actually, Morgan would be all over that. So.
Yeah, but I mean, but there's no rust to worry about out there.
No. Down south,
right?
A Florida car here, you're like,
yeah, right, because you don't have the salt on the roads and all that stuff. So, yeah, pretty wild stuff. So I want to thank you for stepping in. Obviously, we're sans Winnie today. He was tied up, and the way the schedule is right now, I can't wait for him. We put out a show weekly. I'm going to Europe. You may be called upon again, because I told him, I said, listen, we can either take a 6-week hiatus, or we can start finding some fill-ins for when we're not here. And I mean, you've been the fill-in for Winnie every time he hasn't been here in person.
Right.
I mean, I think we did like the top 5 drinks one time.
Yeah.
And the other one, I'm not sure. It might have been top 5.
Wasn't that the?
We had a very funny moment with you on here, though.
We did one with Winnie's dad too.
When his dad,
yeah,
said he sang Dancing Queen.
That's it, yeah.
And I said it was a song about his son. Yeah, that was a good one when he was in Myrtle Beach. Yep.
That was funny.
Yeah, so thank you for coming on and short notice. It was awesome. So, he'll be prepared. We'll get it through. We're gonna cruise through this. I gotta just make my way over. All right, for this week's top five summertime hangouts.
Yeah.
Pretty open-ended. I'll start with number 5 just to give you an idea. Races. I like going to the races, dirt track races, hanging out with my buddies, talking to people that I've talked with for years. You're just kind of shooting the shit and enjoying some competition.
Yeah, give you something to get excited about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You get amped up a little bit. Comes feature time. You get that little twitch to you, like, hey, here we go. But I don't know how you feel, but do you have different circles for different things?
Circles of friends, for
Yes.
different things.
Yeah, like, oh, these are my guys I drink with. These are the guys I do cars hangouts with. These are the guys I go fishing with,
Yeah, kind of. I suppose. I mean,
or to a
I
degree.
do fantasy football with the same group of guys every year.
Right.
Some of those guys I only see that one night.
That one
every
night
year.
that you
Yeah.
do it, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of other stuff I tend to do on my own a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of well. I used to have a golfing buddy years ago. That, and what's funny enough is a friend of mine just played the course where we killed a bird.
Really? we we killed the
we yeah. I don't know. I never saw what actually happened to the bird, so I can't. I did not witness its murder.
I did. I saw the whole thing. I saw the ball. I heard the smack. I saw the feathers.
Looked like Randy Johnson hit that thing.
And then
Poor
we
bird. Poor bird.
Said, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
So what would be on your list? Top 5 things you like to summer hangouts.
So summer, I like the relaxation part of summer.
And we're just getting into it now. So
yeah. So I'm still a big fan of my back porch.
Back porch hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a beer, I got the speakers out there, and at this point, still PDH. I put that on.
Yeah. What's wild though is what's classic rock is what we listen to. That the 90s rock is now classic rock.
Well, they talk about the dad rock, and some of the bands they put out, their System of a Down is now dad rock.
Yeah.
Slipknot, dad rock, and I'm like, what are you talking about? They just came out. No.
No. Yeah. So you know what's funny about that is I've listened to satellite radio for an extended period of time now that I haven't really listened to terrestrial radio. So I turned on PDH in the Camaro, and Boris is on there, and I'm like, fucking Boris is on here, because when RRV was going against PDH with the '90s rock alternative.
Yep.
And PDH was the old shit. Boris was the anti PDH, and now he's the PDH.
You know where the money is, right?
Yeah, it's wild. So
PDH for me has only been. I've only started listening again, doing stuff in the garage around the house.
Right.
Put it on, but now I go through phases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you do. My number 4. It's funny. Garage. Hanging out in the garage, whether you're working on a project or you're just bullshitting, staring at a car. Men could stand and talk about nothing for hours.
Yep.
Get a couple land sharks, hang out.
King of the hill.
Yeah. Standing by the fence. Boom hour.
That's all it is.
Yep. Son, that's a great propane tank right there. Yeah, but in the garage, you know the deal. Like, listen, when I had things to do in the garage, I love being in the garage. You're tinkering around with something. Whether it be a vehicle or you're doing stuff for the house, you're making the screens for the window, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Just to be in the garage, working with your hands. I kind of think as men, that's what you're meant to do. And it's your natural environment. And it should be like, everybody, just stay out. If you're not in here,
leave me alone.
Leave me do my thing. And that's an enjoyable thing. And like, I think part of summertime hangout, like you said, is just clearing your mind, being in the garage.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah. Number 4, you got a number 4?
Number 4, I like to do this. I'll do it with my wife. I'll do it by myself. I'll go down by the live in Glasgow.
Yep.
Live by the Hudson River and just have lunch.
Oh, that's a great thing. Yeah.
And I mean, there's always somebody else down there, but still, it's just peaceful.
It is. So when I worked the overnight shift, I used to come into the same park. I'd get breakfast and I'd come down there and I'd just pull over next to the boat ramp.
Yep.
And I just sit there and eat lunch or breakfast at the time. Yeah. But beautiful, mind clearing.
Yeah.
To sit there and you usually see a big barge or something come through.
Something. I get a kick out of going to other places and you'll see a sign for, whatever,
right.
Stevens River, and you see it. That's not a river.
No. No. If you can throw a rock across it, it's not a river.
Yeah. And then I realized, well, for us,
yeah,
that's a river.
That's a river. Yeah, like where it's like something's way over there. Yeah. No, that's a good one. My number 3, this is like a /1, bonfire / camping. It doesn't have to be at camping. Just having a bonfire, hanging out with your buddies, music, some beers flowing.
That's kind of where our lines cross. Cause me too. That's
Yeah.
my number 3 is the fire. Just sitting around, like you said, just having.
Right, and it could be at a campground, but it doesn't have to be.
Right. Again, it could be in my backyard.
It could be in my backyard.
Get out there and do that. And
I remember many nights hanging out, a bunch of us with our wives and girlfriends and stuff, and you got the fire going, and everybody's just sitting there looking at the stars, and it's the summertime, and you're hearing the peepers, and you just know you're just enjoying the night,
and you're out there in shorts and a t-shirt,
and you're comfortable. You don't need the fire for warmth.
Nope.
It's just you're just out there enjoying the night.
Girls are always cold wrapped up in a blanket.
Yeah,
like, no,
it's we're pouring sweat. It's 75 out, and they got a sweatshirt and a blanket on.
Yeah. And then they love it when it's 90.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, too hot.
Fucking A. When you got to watch a fucking bird blows on a worm before it eats it.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn, it's hot.
This is hot. Yeah. They're tougher than woodpecker lips. My number 2, baseball games. Lately, it's been the Stallions. A lot of times, it's the Cape Cod Baseball League when I was going there in Cape Cod. It doesn't matter if it's my son's Babe Ruth game. I'm there. I'm usually with my buddies Tommy DeSico, Bill Scallo's around. My mom's usually around watching the game. It's just that environment. There's, you're at a ball game. You have a good conversation, but there's some action going on, and I enjoy the sport and I enjoy the company.
Yeah,
and it's cool because some people you only see them because they come to the game.
So there's something else to look forward to then.
Right.
Not just the game, but you can go see some buddies you haven't seen.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. 2 for me is one you already hit on, which is the garage. Especially lately, that's been a big thing for me. When my dad lived with me for years.
Yep.
He kind of took it over. It was his space. When he left, I finally got it now that it's my space. I got a little wood shop in there too, and it's
like, Dad, your shit's gotta go.
Yeah, I just we're different styles. I'm going through stuff. Like, why does he have 150 of these little the coax cable connections? Like, nobody even uses them anymore.
Yeah, this shit's not even around anymore, man. We're on Wi-Fi, and this dude's with coax.
Yeah. So a couple dump runs later,
Yeah.
But I'm working right now on a router cable. They're expensive.
Right.
I didn't have one, so I'm making one, and it's.
And don't you feel an awesome level of accomplishment when you make some shit like that?
God, yeah. It's something.
See that? I made that.
It's something in your soul. It's something that you don't get. The satisfaction is.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's one of the big drives for me is that, and I love the smell of sawdust.
Yeah. When you make something, I firmly believe that when you make something with your hands, you have a bigger appreciation for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if you made this table, you're going to be pissed if somebody puts their hot drink on it and puts a mark in it. You're going to be like, what the fuck, man?
And as I've gotten older, maybe it's just in this realm, I don't know. But if I make a mistake, I don't mind redoing it.
Right.
My patience is much better, I should say.
Yeah. It comes with having a little bit more financial security, too, that you didn't fuck up that piece of wood.
Yeah.
God damn.
Especially the price of lumber.
Yeah. Yeah, and lumber's through the roof.
Ridiculous, yeah.
So what do you think is the coolest thing you've made or you're working on or worked on?
So I made a miter saw station. So it took my miter saw, I put it on a workbench, I elevated the platform on either side so it's even with the deck,
right.
The miter saw, and I put drawers underneath. So I got all kinds of storage. I got T-track in there, so I can slide my block. I say I'm going to cut 15 pieces at 24 inches.
Right.
Set that block at 24 inches and just hammer through.
Nice.
And it's coming. I've used it a lot. I've only had it. I made it as soon as I could get out of bed after the surgery. So maybe 3 weeks ago I made it, and I've already been using it. So it's
right. So it's already come into use and been handy for you.
And the drawers are all full. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Already.
Nice. Oh, that didn't take long.
No.
All right, and my number one is cruising. It doesn't matter. I don't tend to do it in the shittier weather.
Right.
But in the summertime, cruising, and I'm a windows down guy. I don't need the AC. Cruising with anybody. It doesn't mean it could be one of my kids. It could be a girl that you're interested in. It could be anybody. But one of your buddies, windows down, some fucking good tunes on, and just cruising. Because you see some really cool shit out there, like on the sides of the road, places you haven't been, some really nice sunsets, just all kinds of stuff that goes on. And it's kind of like it mentally clears me.
When you're in the right mindset and you see something, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on your way to work and you're hammering down, or you're on the way to an
Right.
appointment, you don't see it, you don't think about it. But
Right.
when you're cruising,
When you're cruising and you just fucking you're letting her rip, and you go down roads you never would have gone down otherwise,
just to see,
just to see.
and you feel like that's good. It's good to be alive
Yeah,
in that
you're like,
moment. You know,
right? You're like, I'm going north, but I got to get back west. We'll try this road.
Yeah, see
What
what
happens? Whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
And the reason I kind of bring that up more, I mean, it would have been my number one regardless, but that's how my Father's Day ended. Is I picked up my son, we got in his Camaro, and we drove for like 2.5, 3 hours.
Just driving.
Yeah, I mean 9W almost all the way up to Albany, all the way across, back into Greenville, down through Greenville, Caro, up to Palinville. Like we just kept looping around. Just
in his Camaro.
Yeah,
That's
in his
awesome.
Camaro,
I think that makes
and
it
he
even better.
DJs, and you'd be surprised. I mean, we went from everything from modern day rap to Snoop Dogg to Rat to Metallica to Frank Sinatra. He has this really wide playlist of shit he listens to, and it was just them father son talks are happening.
Yeah.
You're talking about all these different things, and I just enjoy it like that. I enjoy that time cruising.
Yeah, and you can't replace that. Can't make for a price in that time.
No, and the generation, like my dad was born in the 40s, so that was their thing, cruising the strip with their hot rods, So I think it's probably like a throwback to riding with my dad and having those times.
But that could be why it means so much to you.
It could be, and it's like now I'm in the other seat, and hopefully it means as much to him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm sure it does.
Even if he doesn't verbalize it, I'm sure it does.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't really verbalize it.
No, we're like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah.
Love you. What? I don't even like you. Yeah.
What's the matter with you, Dad?
Yeah. And what's your number one?
It's got to be fishing.
Fishing?
Still fishing, yeah. Whether I take my little bass boat and Jesse, my youngest, goes with me a lot. Sometimes I'm just by myself. Those days.
Yeah.
That's Saugerties Creek. I hit that.
Where do you drop in by the beach?
Right by the beach, yeah.
And then when you go...
Up.
So if you're facing it, you go right and around?
And go up the creek.
Yeah. There's some real good fish up there, though.
There is.
So when I used to kayak, I used to go in there and go around the corner, and there'd be a guy every night with a Mets hat on and the old transistor radio on, and he'd be listening to the Mets game fishing.
No shit.
And I'd say, "How you catching them tonight, Hank?" And he'd be like, "Got 3 so far." Like it was awesome.
Yeah, I want to be that guy when I retire.
Yeah, he was just out in a kayak, low with 2 poles going, one this way, one that way, and he'd just be listening to the. What's the score of the game? Goddamn Mets losing again, or whatever. But it was awesome, and it was awesome to see somebody like that.
Yeah.
At one point in my life, fishing would have been on my list, but I haven't really fished since my kids were little.
Well, it's tough when they're little. It's tough to take them, and you spend more time on time and stuff.
Yeah, and the age gap for them is like 7 years. So when these ones could fish, this one was getting shit all tangled up and everything.
You're getting worms out of trees.
And, you get lures out of your leg.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Your fingers. Do not move that pole.
Yep. We'll just go to the mill. It was the easiest thing for me to do with that.
Yeah. Down the hill there to the thing. Yeah.
Yep. I like the Rondout Creek too. I like fishing that. There's a lot of bass in there.
Yeah.
Saugerties Creek is close.
Yep.
Cherkowski's dad put that launch in. So it's really, really long, and it's a real beautiful launch. There's you never drop off.
You never drop off?
No.
What kind of fish do you fish for there?
Bass. Just primarily until striper season when we're in the river. Me and my brother, but
are you a lure fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thrill of it for me, is taking something that's fake and making them
think.
Just pissing them off enough to make them eat it.
Yeah. What do you have a favorite lure? You're good.
I do, but believe it or not, it's I guess it's a multi-fish lure. It's the old classic Blue Fox, silver. Yeah, I cut everything with that, and I still catch bass with it.
It must be some way that they're seeing it.
It's got to be.
It must look to them a certain way.
The little flash, or maybe it make a noise under the water, but it pisses them right off.
Yeah,
that's 90% of it for me. I think with bass fishing is just making them mad.
Yeah, I see this one guy on TikTok. He throws it out there, and it's like called a popper or something. It goes, and they hammer that thing.
Whopper flopper. He reels it in. Yeah, the tail spins. Yeah, I got a bunch of them too. Their top water is great when they hit it because they come right out of the water. Yeah, and then you get that little blast of adrenaline.
Yeah,
you're like,
ooh.
Yeah. It's always a good time.
Are you one of these guys where they got it and then you yank them to set the hook?
Depends on what the lure is.
Yeah.
Some of them you have to. Some of them they set it for you.
Oh, dude, my dad would rip that fucking pole like he was like, I mean, he would yank that thing. I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? Like,
ripping lips.
Yeah, like, you just lost the fish. He's got no lips. He's like, hey, motherfucker, I got no lip.
Yeah, I still haven't named that boat either.
No?
No, it's bad luck. I got to name it.
No name.
No, yeah, I could go with that. I used to love the one Bass to Mouth.
Yeah. That's awesome.
This dude on TikTok's got it on his boat. Like, man.
Oh, man. What could it be?
We can all kinds of. For the one I have my brother, we called it the bent rod. The dirty rudder.
Oh,
the
that's
muddy
a good
rudder.
one. The muddy rudder. Now, that's a different boat you take out for striper fishing?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
My bass boat's a little aluminum jam. I can get anywhere with it.
Nice.
It's awesome.
And what's got a little trolling motor on it?
Got a trolling motor in the front and a 40 horse in the back. So
that zips around pretty decent.
Yep, till I get where I want, and then trolling motor. Trolling motor's got GPS in it.
Nice.
You hit the anchor button and it holds you within 5 feet of where you are.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. It's when you get down to a school of fish, you hit that button, you stay there all day.
And you have like sonar or whatever it is there, fish finder.
I got one in the front and one in the back.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty.
That's cool.
I mean, I've had it for 4 or 5 years, and I do a little something different to it every year.
What's your favorite time of day to go out?
Ass early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 6.
Yeah, like when I back into the dock, I want the sun just to be coming up.
Yeah, like 6, 5:30, 6 now.
I hate getting up, but it's worth it.
It's worth it because they're up early and want to eat.
You see a little steam coming off the water.
Yeah. But then when you absorb it, you're like,
it's one of those good to be alive in this moment.
Yeah. Cool. That was a fun top 5, man. It's pretty easy. And what is other people's? I'm sure some people choose golf as their summertime hangouts. They hang out, play around the golf. I'm sure there's a lot of like rooftop bar type shit, like hanging out the bar or at the club or whatever.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of hiking.
Yeah, hiking, trails. Yeah, that's definitely probably on a lot of people. Swimming pools. People hang around their pools in their backyard. Yeah. Campgrounds will be another one.
Yep. We don't have a pool. If we did, that might have been one of them.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, it was a pool. You'd have everybody kind of hang out at your house, wherever you can congregate and kind of just enjoy hanging out.
Right. Now, as an adult, I think I enjoy just sitting out there with a drink. And still not getting out of the pool to pee.
No. Just big dark blue ring around you. Man, that's really hot.
Yeah. Not friendly.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right. 5 crazy questions sponsored by Scalable Computers this week via Gmac. Number 1. Would you rather have $5 million cash right now or be able to go back in time and relive 5 years of your life any way you want? You could relive it just how it was, or you could make changes and go forward. It's so tough because, like, your kids are at the age now where you could go back and make their futures different.
Yeah, $5 million now. I'm retired. I'm done. So I probably would go to $5 million now.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some regrets over the years, but for the most part, I'm one of those kind of people that just kind of, what's going to throw at me is going to throw at me. This is what I'm going to be.
I think if I went back, I thought of this on the way up here tonight. I was just like, I think if I went back, it would be unselfishly to go back and set my entire family up to be comfortable now anyway.
Right.
Like, I think I'd go back and in them 5 years, you'd see I'd invest heavily in Amazon, Google, shit that just you knew was going to blow up. Yeah. I'd get in there right before it blew up at like when it's a penny stock. And then, other than that, you're right. Probably 5 million now and enjoy, because but I got 2 out of 3 like you. I got 2 out of 3 out, but you're about to have 3 out of 3.
Right. I get transistor radio and a mess hat and that 5 million.
Yeah.
And I'd be fishing.
All right. Number 2. Would you rather, in full pads, get tackled by Ray Lewis or have to box Mike Tyson in present day?
I think I'll take Ray Lewis.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. He hits hard,
You're not
man.
gonna kill me though, right?
Yeah,
After. I'm not
yeah,
talking about the
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's a full body pain.
Yeah. Spread the wealth. I don't
Oh,
know. Tyson hitting me. Yeah, I don't know.
not like a whole, like just one round.
I don't think he needs that.
No, I know. I mean, I know it could be 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, but could imagine Tyson to a body shot or Ray Lewis hit you like where you have no pads.
Yeah. I think I still take Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
I think it'll hurt less. It's gonna hurt.
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what people's thoughts are on that because I watched Ray Lewis in a sports science show. A SWAT team with a battering ram hit a door jam at it was like 3,500 pounds. It registered. That's the number. I'm just making up.
Right.
Ray Lewis hit it. It was at like 18,000. It was like 6 times. He blew the jam right out of the door. And I'm like, oh my god! They said it was equivalent to getting hit by a car at like 37 miles an hour.
Jesus. What would be getting hit by Mike Tyson be though? Like,
Yeah, I mean, what's the
and it's a smaller
area?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta hope he like grazes you and you just don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I might spit my liver out of my mouth.
Yeah. Number 3. How much money would it take to give up your favorite food? At least 5 million, if that's what.
It would have to be more than that.
Like, if you love pizza, you can never eat a pizza again the rest of your life.
I do love pizza. I'm fat guys.
Yeah, yeah. Or like a steak, whatever.
Yeah.
How much money would it take?
I'd have to make sure I'm set. My kids are set.
Yeah.
You know, at least that far. Probably 10, 15 maybe.
Yeah, 10, 15 million in a briefcase where it's not taxed. Just here you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No 42%.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. To give up whatever your favorite, whatever it is, like potatoes. If they said that to me, potatoes. That's everything. French fries, baked potato. Like think of how many things has potato in it.
Yep. Yeah. Even like you said, pizza or steak. Like I don't eat a lot of red meat these days, but
still, right?
Yeah.
But then here you can never eat it again.
Yeah. Never. Not even like in 10 years you can have it again. It's
right.
Never.
Like pizza, you can't even imitate. Like steak, you could maybe I get something that's not steak.
Yeah. Pork.
Yeah.
Ribs.
Yeah. And you go, oh, it's still not steak.
No. But pizza, yeah.
You can't even imitate it. Yeah, it'd have to be double-digit millions.
Yeah, they'd have to pay me.
I think so. All right, number 4. What would the title of your solo album be? Yanni.
Yeah. The solo album. It'd have something to do with buttholes.
And what kind of music would it be? Would it be like one of them funny records from back in the day?
Parody stuff. Yeah.
Like Weird Al.
Because I love that shit.
Yeah.
Especially the dirty ones.
Yeah.
John Valby. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. It'd have to do something to do with buttholes. Because why not?
The Dusty Butthole.
Tales from the buttholes.
Yeah.
Or the Butthole Experience.
The Butthole Surfers. Oh, no, that's a real band.
That's real.
All right, and number 5. Do you have one?
Winnie's Butthole.
Winnie's Butthole.
Yeah.
Ooh. Good luck with that.
Side B.
Yeah, side B, yeah. And number 5, would you rather shit yourself every time you have an orgasm or get a boner every time you talk to a dude? That's a tough one, bro.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards shitting myself.
Yeah.
Just less awkward. Because I'm already done. She's grossed out. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, I shit the bed again.
Yeah, sorry. You literally fucked the shit out of me, baby. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but you better have a washer and dryer in the house because that's going to be like daily.
Especially when no
one's home. Yeah, might do it 3 times in a day.
Make a man pond, stick it in there.
Just got a pile of Depends in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can just get Depends and have at yourself.
Yeah, in that scenario.
Yeah. That's
but the other scenario, what are you gonna wear? A merkin? A reverse merkin?
Well, the flip side of that is that I got the Irish curse, and I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
You'll
So
know.
I got to go with the shitting.
Yeah, the other way, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be too embarrassing.
Yeah, forgive me for pointing.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that was good. That was good. Not bad. Not bad. Little. I tried to take it a little easy on you, not get you too over the top there. All right, now we'll go to Winnie's favorite song here. As we have done before,
Is he
over
top
and
or
under.
bottom? Is he
He's
over or
definitely
under?
the under. If it's there, he's in the under. All right, number one, strawberry fruit bars, the ice pops.
Oh, they are overrated.
You think overrated?
Wait,
Really?
we're talking about the strawberry, like the strawberry shortcake ones with little crumbles on them?
No,
No,
they'd be underrated, right? Or you
they
say?
would be very underrated. Yes.
Yeah, I know that. No, the ones that are like actual fruit, they're like really
Yeah,
deliciously.
to me they're overrated.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd rather have the strawberry shortcake bars with the little crumble coming up? Yeah, they're delicious.
Ice cream, man.
They're delicious, but I love those other strawberry bars. They're just like it's like a fruit pop, and it's when you're on a fat guy diet, you get stuck in them fruit bars. Are you're only saving grace. All right, number two, grilled hot dogs.
I think underrated.
I do too.
Yeah.
I prefer a hot dog that's grilled over boiled, over on the roller.
Yeah, my kids all want fried.
Yeah,
yeah, and I always did boiled, but if I could have my choice,
especially you get them grilled, and they get the black marks on them. That's the good shit. That's where that's all the flavors in there.
And that, like I said, that's one of those things that changed as I got older.
Yeah. Now, are you condiment on a hot dog?
Usually spicy mustard,
spicy brown mustard.
Yeah, I'll go back to ketchup now and then, but yeah, generally spicy mustard.
You know whose nickname is Spicy Brown?
Oh, Mahalo. Well, that's what I call
him. Oh
no.
Carl.
Really?
His wife calls him her Spicy Brown. Old Carlo Spicy Wiener.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I call Leo Spicy Brown. He's my Spicy Brown friend.
Yeah. Well, old Romero. Deanna calls him that.
That's awesome.
Number three, muscle cars.
1970. Oh, wait. We talk about what I want, or this is over or under, right?
Over under.
Oh, they're definitely under.
Underrated. Yeah. Everything like when you watched a Chevy Nova go from a muscle car to a fucking 4-cylinder little, you're like, what?
The Mustang. Look at them now.
Yeah.
They're fucking. It looks like a station wagon. The one that.
Yeah.
And then they're electric.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like that's one good thing I always thought with the Camaro, like they brought it away and they brought it back and it was only a muscle car.
It still
is a muscle car. And it still looks
the Challenger.
Right.
Same thing. The Charger they brought it back, and I like them. Remember?
Yeah, you had a Charger. Yep.
But they went 4-door. They're there's
right instead of 2-door.
Still a cool car, and we make people run from it.
Yeah, we sure did. Everybody scattered. You're like, what? Oh man, they really did.
Police. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it was. That was funny. And it looked like we were the Shield pulling up. Yeah. That was funny shit. All right, so underrated there. All right, number 4. This is a big one because you're a Jets fan. Mark Sanchez.
I think over.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think underrated. I think Rex Ryan killed that kid's career, and he brought you to 2 AFC championships.
He did bring us to the 2 championships, but I think that was his wad. I think he shot it right there.
Yeah, as a fan of football, to see what they did to that kid, they took all his weapons away and then said, "Here you go." So that's why I always said he didn't get a fair shake. But I was curious to know what a Jets fan would think.
Yeah, I was never a big fan. I know I liked Chad Pennington.
And I was gonna. That was who I had down here first. Was Chad Pennington? I was like,
of an arm.
After he hurt his shoulder and he came back too quick, then his arm just went right down to nothing.
But I liked him.
But could you imagine if he had the full arsenal where he could have made all the throws? Yeah, because he had moxie. Like he could really go lead a team. He had that.
He still would be playing.
Well, you remember after he left the Jets, he went to the Dolphins and kicked everybody's ass for a few years.
That's what happened with Mike White now, probably.
It's part of being a Jets fan, right?
Yeah, that kid, that fucking game he played hurt. He was so tough. And then you just let him go. Come on.
Yeah, well, that's the business. Now they got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and
I'll give you a number. You tell me over or under 9 and 8.
I think a little under. I think they're going to get 10. I think they're going to win 10 games.
Okay, so you would say over then.
Oh, I'm
Over
sorry.
nine
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to
Derek
win 10
Derek
games.
McDonald's on this. I'm like, oh, you did all that to be 8-9. He's like, no, we're going. We're going.
Yeah.
This is the year we're going.
I don't know. They're still making moves. They're still adding players.
Yeah, listen, if your defense stays healthy, you're going to stay in everything. It's just a matter of can you score the points?
Right.
Obviously.
It's going to depend a lot on Hall if he's truly
If
healthy.
yeah.
And,
The running game can take some of the pressure off of Aaron Rodgers.
and how he handles New York, how he plays.
Yeah. Because
They put a few weapons around him.
when he goes out and tells the New York media, RELAX, relax. They're gonna fucking be like, fuck, New York, fuck you, you fucking.
He's gonna get punched.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, this isn't that market. You were in the most laid back market in the universe. Now you're in the New York market.
Yeah.
Different world.
Yeah.
They're
gonna turn on him as soon as he makes one mistake.
It doesn't matter the sport. Like, think about, we've had some pretty high profile athletes come through that couldn't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Johnson came here. He was the guy, and he sucked in New York. Then he goes back and he plays elsewhere, and he plays phenomenal. It's a personality thing if you can handle the media market.
It'd be nice if he came out and said, oh, "Fuck you."
Right? Yeah. They would respect him a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and number 5, ribeye steaks.
Definitely underrated.
Underrated.
Yeah. Meat on the bone.
Right, and the bone-in ribeye is like highly underrated.
Yeah.
People don't understand. If you, I don't know, it's personal preference, but to me, if you grill a steak with a bone in it. It's got way more flavor.
Absolutely.
Way more flavor.
And some people, like my wife, are freaked out by eating meat off the bone, even like a chicken leg. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like everything's got a bone in it.
Yeah, get that thing. It had a bone. Oh, I wanted boneless wings. Well, they, first of all, aren't a wing. It's a breast. But somewhere in that breast was a bone at one point. So.
Yeah. And if not, I put my bone in it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even go into that. I'm a bone-in wing person.
I can do both.
The other thing is just chunks of meat.
They are.
That's not a wing.
They are. Yeah, if I'm in the mood for that, I can do that. But
it's like chicken breast dipped in batter.
And I'm not one of those people that wants only flats.
Right.
I want both.
Oh yeah, drumsticks and flats.
Yeah, I like them both.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite wing sauce?
I'm a big fan of the garlic parm.
Yeah.
Or the garlic.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Over by us at Brickyard, one of the best is the honey mustard. They have phenomenal honey mustard wings.
Courtney almost ordered them actually.
They're really good there.
Ago.
They're really good. And they have 10 out of 10 napkins. Their napkins are like this, thick, good napkin.
I used to not like their pizza, but I think they changed something because it's fucking awesome now.
Yeah. And their subs their Italian mix. I don't know. Have you ever had an Italian mix from there?
No.
Their Italian mix reminds me very much of the Mount Marion Market from when we were kids.
Oh, really?
And I haven't had an Italian mix that good in 30 years, probably.
Do you remember Wise Hops?
Yep.
Yeah, somebody said that.
When it was where Marky Mark's tattoo was there for a while.
Right across
from Angela's, kind of,
Yeah, somebody said that the other day, and I was like, oh, man, I forgot about that place.
Yeah.
You pay like fucking $5 for a sub, and it's huge.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And Brickyard try their Italian mix, but you got to get mayo and oil and vinegar.
That's the only sub I can put oil and vinegar on.
Yeah, that's the only one I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have good food over there. But definitely try their honey mustard wings. They're really good.
I have to bring that up. Talk to the kids and order that so I can try it.
There you go. All right, and then lastly, I don't know if you've done this with us, Rabbit Hole. We do a Rabbit Hole every week. The things you watch on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, your mama's ass, your sister's, whatever, Pony Express, whatever. What have you been watching this week?
So I have this lowbrow toilet humor guy.
Yep.
So he walks around and he farts in public, and it's fake. It's obviously fake, but he likes to wait like people are behind him or he's walking past somebody.
Yep.
And the reaction on the people's faces is fucking hilarious. And
some people are like shocked.
Yeah.
And some people are like, they laugh.
Yeah. But he'll be like, he'll be walking by and he's like, oh, I need a shovel, and turn around and walk. And I absolutely love it because people, like you said, either shocked, they're offended, or they're hilarious. Who doesn't laugh at a fart?
Right. Yeah, unless you're really, unless you're like really fucking raunchy about it.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Everybody is. Everybody laughs at farts.
He'll just be walking and he'll come up and away.
Yeah. Is he the same guy that like he like goes past these two girls and like lifts his legs and go?
There's sometimes he's like, oh, that buttered my biscuit. And he turns around.
Yeah.
They can watch that shit for hours.
What else you been watching? Anything?
There's another guy. He's a chubby guy, young kid, does parodies of songs.
Yep.
He's hilarious. He's always got his shirt off when he's doing. He's great. Yeah. I kind of just.
Do you find you? Well, we call it the rabbit hole because you find yourself into one video, and next thing it's 10.
I do that when I'm on YouTube, and I'll start with. I have a guilty pleasure. I love the garage. I love working out there. Watching build videos. Guy's gonna build anything. I watch it. But then
an old Tonka truck,
right?
And
then I see, oh, look at that, and I go down.
Oh, a candy machine,
right? So I wanted a wooden mallet because I don't like tapping the wood with the regular hammer. Dents it.
Yeah.
The dent blow is kind of iffy. So I glued together 5 pieces of maple, and it was huge. I'm like, fuck, it's way too big. What am I gonna do? So I made Thor's hammer. So
nice.
I got to finish the handle, but that's gonna be my mallet.
That's gonna be your wooden mallet.
I saw that on a YouTube video,
right?
That going down that bunny hole. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Now I got this big chunk. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's cool. Mine this week. Did you ever hear of Tony Baker? He does all the animal voiceovers. He has like these cats, and he's like, yo, Clarence, I don't think you should be talking to me that way. I feel some sort of way. And he's like, oh, yeah? And it's always the cat. And when the cat's smacking anything, he calls them skippity paps. Fresh skippity pap. Who are you talking to, Playboy?
It's the same guy that does that?
Yeah, and he does all the voices. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, they are funny. I've seen them.
Yeah, a lot of him, and I just get laughing at him because the way and he does them so good. Like, it matches the personality, like what the dog's doing or cat's doing at the time. RFK Jr., you know who he is? Robert Kennedy Jr. He's gonna run. He's trying to run for president on the Democratic ticket, and they don't want to have him primary against him and Biden.
Right.
He's been on a Joe Rogan show. I've talked about him a few times on here, but you're starting to see these things where a lot of what he's saying is not wrong, and he challenges people. He says, "Just tell me where I'm wrong."
Rogan or
no RFK Jr. And he went on Rogan. He was just like, "Listen, I'm not necessarily wrong. Here's the data. Here's how it says that this is what it was. Here's the research. If I'm wrong, just show me where I'm wrong." And a lot of people don't want to debate him because he comes with facts.
Right.
And I think the DNC is kind of scared of him stealing votes from Biden. But, he goes, you shut me up for far too long because he's I wouldn't say he's an anti-vaxxer, but he's kind of like more of a, be smart when you vax, know what you got in your body. Like, you got this mercury in it and how it's going to your blood membrane and all this stuff.
So he's a Democrat, but he's not this far left.
No, he's very more to the middle. Like, he talks about when the pandemic hit, how Trump hired him to kind of not oversee, but to keep an eye on Tony Fauci and what was exactly happening with these vaccines. Because, like, he knew he was, like, very much into the research of vaccines and the problems they could cause in the future. And it kind of put friction between him and Fauci. He's like, Fauci's been friends with my family for years. And I just told him, show me the statements where that this is factual. He goes, and I never got, the statements.
Right.
Now there's somebody that openly admits, hey, I'm a Democrat, but when Trump called me to come in, of course I did.
Right.
So I watched a lot of his stuff, a lot of sports fails this week. The guy goes to kick the ball, misses it entirely, lands on his back. Crown ball. Yeah. John Boy Media, have you ever seen him?
I don't really pay attention to who they are. It was funny.
John Boy Media is like baseball. It's a lot of, here he throws a pitch. Where the fuck did that go?
Okay, yes.
Yeah. A guy was trying to throw a circle change the other day, and he throws it, and the catcher literally just looked at him like, he throws the ball, and like, if I'm trying to throw it at you straight, it literally goes like over the dugout, and they're all just like, everybody's head turns except the catcher. The catcher's like, The fuck?
I keep seeing one where the batter he fouls it off and goes straight down because it hits the up in the nuts.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, but it's so funny.
It is funny. And that's it. That stupid shit is hilarious to me. And then last but not least, this kid named Justin Stagner. You got to check him out on TikTok. He does all this Southern Grandpa sayings.
Yes. Yeah.
He had one. He said one the other day. I got laughing so fucking hard. He goes, "Oh man, my tummy's hurting a little bit." He goes, "I had some of that food down there in the Mexican joint." He said, "If I did a handstand right now, I could shit on the 10-foot ceiling." And I don't know why that stupidity just resonates with me. I was cracking up, and his sayings are great.
And he's got the coveralls.
He's got the coveralls, the camo, and the hat and the glasses.
He had one about a tall girl. He was like, "If your nose, your toes is in it."
Yeah,
your toes, your nose is in it.
Yeah. He had one. He's like, he said some shit. He goes, "Come on, boy, you think you're tough? I'll punch them glasses in the contacts." Yeah, he's awesome. Like, I just get on a trip of his, and he's like, "Oh, Jerry brought that new girl over here." And it's always Jerry's girl, and he's always got some shit to say about it.
She's so cockeyed, tears run down her back when she cries.
Yeah. Yep. But just to hear that stuff is funny.
At one time, that girl, even her picture weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah. Poor Jerry brought a new girl over, and her picture weighed 5 pounds. Yeah. So that's what I did with that's my rabbit hole for the week.
I do a lot of the fantasy football the top 10 running backs. I like to see how people view them.
Yep.
Running back, whatever,
Yeah, well, and especially this early in the year.
Yeah.
Before, you have injuries.
Yeah. And it's nice for me because now there's a few Jets that sprinkle into some of these things. So I'm like, all right, good.
Don't you think like people overvalue Breece Hall coming back now?
I'm afraid of that.
He had such a good year to start with last year before he got hurt. People be like, "Well, he's healthy now."
But is he proven?
Right. You only did it for part of one season.
Right.
So I think you'll see people try to overvalue him.
I think he showed that he has the talent, but
right.
Like you said, he's not proven. He's got to.
Right.
What if he gets hurt again? So he's got the talent, but he's injury prone.
Yeah. Then what? Right. So, yeah, that's one thing you got to watch for. Like, I'll tell you what, they score fantasy football different now than when we did it 10 years ago.
It's confusing.
Because I drafted like Tom Brady in the draft at work last year, and I lost, and I had to wear the fanny pack. And Romero banged on me like something fierce. Tom Brady, I'm like, yo, he threw 50 touchdowns the year before.
Right.
And that used to mean something. And now it doesn't like mean as much.
Because of the way it's scored.
Because of the way they score and the yards. Well, he doesn't throw for that many yards. And I'm like, he threw for like 4,000 yards and 50. I don't know how that's not a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess wide receivers and running backs make more points now or something.
Yeah, I think the wide receivers the big money.
Yeah. Because it goes by every so many catches is extra points or something.
Yeah. And how many yards? Every catch they had yards. And
yeah, it's wild stuff. So what's on the horizon for you? What do you got going on here in the future, or what are you looking forward to doing?
Well, I still got another week before I return to work. So I'm going to try to relax. I'm out from the surgery, so at first it was recovery. And
any video games?
Yep. Since I was out, I went shopping.
Yep.
I picked up God of War. I haven't played it yet.
The new one?
No, the first one. I've never played one.
When I bought my PS5, it came with the brand new God of War.
Good.
So I never played all the old ones. I'm just at this one, and I started it until the Harry Potter game came, and I just beat the new Jedi game.
How was that?
It was actually all right. At first, I hated it because like the first mission they give you, you got to go like from here to Frox Cube before they give you like a checkpoint.
Oh man!
And you're trying to fight like, I don't know, 400 fucking, whatchamacallit soldiers there.
The robot ones there?
No, the stormtroopers. And it's like, you land in the middle of 30 stormtroopers. You don't think you're going to die your first time out trying to learn? You got like minimal Jedi powers.
Do they actually hit you when they shoot at you, or do they miss?
Yeah, they always miss you. Yeah, so that was a pain in the ass. But after I got kind of into that game, it was much better.
I picked up another one called the Ghost of Tiramisu or some shit like that. Something.
Tiramisu.
That Richie Wright told me was good.
Yeah.
And but I haven't gotten into that either because the third one I picked up was the WWE 23.
Oh yeah,
And I'm not a big wrestling guy, but I like those games because you can go and go back like a Hogan, all the
Right,
old
right,
guys.
right.
I'm like, all right, this is cool. It's like when I was a kid.
yeah,
But I find I play more. I find that like the mid '90s, early '90s WCW, and when ECW was really ECW,
right.
those guys. And I don't want anything. I don't want any match other than Extreme Rule.
Yeah, so you can hit him with a 2x4 or
Put him
whatever.
with everything, yeah.
Yeah,
But that was entertaining me for. I thought I'd be laid up a lot longer.
yeah,
So I went and got all this stuff. Figured I'm laying. Can't
right.
do anything anyway.
I'm up to the point where I think I might replay Red Dead.
Yep, I've replayed it before. It's
Yeah.
just such a good game.
So Winnie had never played it,
Oh no.
and he never. And I told him, I said, listen, when they killed Boston's horse, you know the inbreds up there in the woods, the real
Yep.
Boston was riding through there, and they threw a stick of dynamite at him, and it killed his horse before the story kills your horse. Before your horse starts, he went back in there and killed the entire fucking village. He's like, they killed my horse, Dad. He was so bent that they killed his horse. I'm like, and I thought, because we were kind of like at the same time frame going through, and I thought he got to the part of the story where the horse dies for Arthur.
Right.
And he's like, no, they threw a stick of dynamite and they killed my horse. I'm like, what'd you do? He goes, I went back and killed everyone.
He's like fucking John Wick.
Yeah, but you get mad. You get attached to your horse.
You do.
People think it's a joke. And when you play that game, I didn't have a different horse. I had my horse, and that was it.
Especially when you invest that much time.
Yeah.
You know?
Could you get him up where he stops on the dime for you? You could shoot off of him, all this other shit. Where do you think that story goes for Red Dead?
I don't know. They're late in that era, that time era.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a prequel. I think we're gonna see another.
I almost want to see him go back and show how the Vanderlane gang started, how Arthur got with him, like when they were young.
Yeah, I could be behind that.
Or I think the other option would be Sadie, what's her name, being the at the very end. I mean, yeah, because like you said though, you're kind of Saint Denis was modernized. It had like light poles, so to speak.
Right.
And it was a city.
So the West was almost on its way out.
Almost on its way out, yeah.
Or they could go like GTA does a completely different story.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They could
same time frame with maybe an overlap.
Right. It could be something like that. Maybe if they did that, it'd be cool if they mentioned, the Vanderlane gang.
Right.
They mentioned it somewhere throughout the game.
Or if you find out you're in jail at one part and you got to break out when John Mortensen gets broken out by his friends in a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
You got to break out,
That would be kind of cool, yeah.
That would be cool.
But I think Rockstar will come up with something there.
Yeah, and their GTA 6 will be out shortly, so it's we're probably about a year away from Red Dead 3.
Maybe 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was I think that game's better than any GTA game.
Oh, God, yeah.
GTA 5 was awesome.
Not even just for the horse's balls.
I know, where it goes.
When you get colder weather.
Yeah. That's wild that it does that, right?
It is. A little attention to detail.
Yeah.
I play online sometimes, and I've spent hours just hunting critters.
Yeah, yeah.
They're hunting shit, bringing it back.
Well, that's what I did after I beat the game. I kind of went around and just fished, tried to get all the fucking the big game things on the map.
Yep.
Just fish and hunt and put the bait down and just try to finish up that stuff.
That's fun though.
It is. It is.
You find yourself like enjoying it.
Yeah, like you shoot the thing and you're like, God damn it, that's not the big one, the big game hunter.
Yeah, and I used to look at people playing that game Sims and be like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I realized that's fucking exactly what I'm doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
And you know what? It is fun.
It is fun.
I'm a cowboy. I can shoot these ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And the cowboy version of it is so much better.
Yeah.
Like GTA is cool. You get in, but you get on that horse and you go and tear shit up.
Go to a bar, start a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better, I think.
And as much as it advanced from the first one to that one, can you imagine what it's going to be for 3?
Yeah, I can't wait.
And I guarantee it's only next-gen systems.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's going to work. If they do that, I'm going to have to buy a 5.
Well, I bought a 5 because, one, because the Hogwarts game was coming out. That's probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, it's good.
Hogwarts Legacy, yeah. If you even remotely like Harry Potter or know what it is, the visual effects are phenomenal on it. The game, like I told my daughter, I said, Summer, you could go in this castle and explore for 5 hours and not hit everything.
Jeez.
Because it's like every room has a room. It's not like everything's closed off. It's a completely playable
That's great. I love when they're huge like that. Like it's
Yeah, and then it's not just the castle. There's all these surrounding towns and caves and caverns and all this shit everywhere.
when you pay so much for a game these days that if it's big like that, I feel like you get your money's worth.
You get your money's worth. Yeah, it's
Uh,
a 100-hour game. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not a 20-hour game and you're done.
Sometimes you get a game you're excited for it, and you beat it in a day and a half.
Yeah, and you're like,
The Witcher was like that.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3. Long game. Tons of towns to go through all over
Right.
the place. And I like that.
And I like when you can beat the main story and still go back and you have other side shit to do.
Like the game doesn't just end.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a couple of them games. Like I'm definitely looking. Whenever Red Dead 3 comes out, I'll have it. Something else. Oh, I tell you what, I went and got the PS5 for though, for real. NCAA football makes its return, and it's only going to be on next gen.
I was just going to say it's for college football, right?
Yep, 100% for college football.
So it's not out yet.
No, they postponed it because they're trying to get all the schools to sign on.
Okay.
And then and it advances technology. Like by the time you finish it, the technology's advanced to where it's the next level. So you want to get the primo stuff, don't you?
Right.
You know, and I think it's because they're going to shoot all the pregame stuff for all these the right entrances.
Right.
You come down and hit the rock and run down the hill in Clemson, and they want to have it all properly done before they release it.
No, is EA Sports doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had to change the name to college football and said NCAA. It's just
really
the name changed a little bit. I think it's called college football or something.
No, you used to like that because it was faster than Madden. You said. I wonder if that's
the gameplay was different. You remember playing it?
Yeah.
You had the option. The gameplay moved quicker.
I wonder if they're going to slow that.
It wasn't so blocky.
Yeah. I still am a huge Madden fan. I'm playing that again. I'm in like the 14th season of my franchise, and that's from last year's.
And that's what they're doing, the Road to Glory, where you can start as a high school student and make your way through the college veteran.
Oh shit!
Road to Glory, where you start in your little dorm room, and then and they had that in like 2012 or 13. You start in a little dorm room, and then next thing you know, you get a bigger room, then a bigger room when you're a stud on campus. So it's pretty cool.
You'll probably have to make your own team thing.
Yeah, team builder or whatever, which will be cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, man.
What's the matter, you? That's
yeah. Purple with the yeah. What's Boston always say? He was the YMB, University, your mom's basement. Yeah. I want to thank you for stepping in, man. I mean, look, we killed an hour really quick.
No problem. Like I said, I was cleaning the garage.
Yeah,
I had to take the air hose and blow off the sawdust before.
I'm sure Winnie will be thankful, and I'm sure you'll get a little bit of a reach out for some help while I'm gone.
If it's from Winnie, it make me harder to reach around.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But don't sit over there. Sit over here when I'm not here. I rather Ledsak be here and make him pull the rope. Don't just let him sit back there and let you dictate. Let him pull the rope
because I don't know how anything works.
I'll leave you notes. All right, but you got to do his part.
What's that part?
His part is the ending. His part is the for Gmac. This is Ledsak,
right.
And as always, you know the final. TID.
I see. All right. Well, then this is Ledsak.
And you got to do it right here into the camera.
All right. Let me know when.
Go ahead.
All right. This is Ledsak, speaking for Gmac. And thank you. And as always, take it deep.